A dozen eggs costing $6, $8, even $12. You've seen prices like that at your local grocery store. But good news tonight for consumers. Those prices actually coming down 15% off the sky-high levels just 2 weeks ago, according to the USDA. So what's causing the roller coaster? Since there's no cure for the avian flu, the government says the only solution is to put down the whole flock once a farm is infected. The USDA reporting so far this year more than 35 million birds killed, about 10% of all the egg-laying chickens in the country, but adding now, quote, no significant outbreaks in the last 2 weeks, helping to ease prices.
Has it been so severe? It seems strange.
Mike Dunn and his partner produce eggs on this 18-acre farm in New Jersey and sell directly to consumers. What are your eggs selling for right now?
We sell our eggs for $5 a dozen, and we came to that price in 2017, and we've always sold our eggs for $5.
Mike can set his own price, but many of the eggs you see in stores come from massive producers who distribute to retailers. Egg brokers help connect everyone along the way, and analysts mine the data to set prices used across the industry. But the big players like Cal-Maine, Roseacre, and Daybreak Foods have lots of influence. And Cal-Maine is raking it in as egg prices soar. Sales jumping to $954 million in their latest quarterly earnings, almost double the year before.
We know that the farmers at the bottom of that chain, they're on the front lines of the avian flu. Meanwhile, these large companies like Cal-Maine that are controlling the egg industry, they're raking in just unbelievable record-breaking profits.
Angela Huffman is the president of nonprofit Farm Action, which says it helps small farmers and workers navigate our corporate food system.
Egg prices are far exceeding what the egg companies would need in order to recover from any losses due to the avian flu.
We reached out to the three big egg producers for comment and have not heard back. The main group representing the industry, the American Egg Board, did not provide us with a comment. But the CEO telling ABC News recently, quote, egg farmers are price takers, not price makers on the egg market. And that market is responding to the uncertainty and chaos bird flu is causing. Now there's mounting pressure from lawmakers like Senator Elizabeth Warren for action, and reports citing unnamed sources that the DOJ is launching an investigation into price fixing. The Department of Justice declined to comment. Egg broker Brian Muscaguri thinks any ongoing investigation is just the government reacting to angry customers.
From my optics, the markets are just a result of supply and demand, and price ultimately balancing those two things out.
President Trump posting on True Social today that egg prices are down, though they're still high historically. A small farmer like Mike says he will not sign a contract with a major egg producer. As for how a potential infection could impact him,
would you then have to raise the price of your eggs?
I don't think so. I'm selling to the community here, and I want to be viewed with some integrity.
He wants his customers to know they can rely on a dozen eggs for $5.
Yasmin Vasugian is joining us fresh back from her trek through some of these locations here. What is the expectation?
I made a best friend, by the way, that was a turkey that followed me around that entire farm all day. It was the coolest experience.
You make friends everywhere, babe. I'm not surprised to hear that. You know.
But talking about eggs, talking about chickens.
Talking about eggs. Most important thing is when is it going to get back to like a quote unquote normal price? And I know that's like an unknowable question, but you've been talking with a million experts about this. What do they tell you?
So there's a bit of a lag, and I will say, so one of the reasons why the wholesale price is at $6.85 right now, according to the USDA, is because there's been a 2-week reprieve from avian flu. If, in fact, that stays status quo and that there's no more avian flu cases that we're seeing across the country, then we could continue to see the wholesale prices come down. And there's always a couple-week lag when it comes to some of these wholesalers, these egg producers, these processors. We got to remember there is a chain of people, right, from when these eggs are farmed to when they're actually hitting the retailer, like Whole Foods, for instance, or ShopRite or your local grocery stores. And then you have those Cal-Maine, right, those big behemoths that literally take care of everything. And so some of it is going to be dependent on your retailers, your local grocery stores, but you will begin to see those prices go down so long as everything stays status quo in the next couple of weeks, Hal.
Yasmin Vasugian and her turkey pal, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Hal.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.